once in a blue moon reading. I'm doing it different for everybody this time. Just doing what I feel. Well, that is not what I was thinking, but okay. One more rifle, and then we'll be good to go. I've been shuffling for a while. Okay, I'm going to cut the cards, and we're going to begin. A decision is being made about where to put your emotional energy around this time. You could be worried about what decision you're going to make in terms of the doctor or the healer or the caregiver, a decision about somebody else's caregiver. This might be pretty burdensome and stressful for you. It seems like you've been dealing with some stress that's keeping you up at night in regards to some financial things having to do with this decision. You're taking action on the information that you have in order to gain from the situation and get things to where you want them to be. This could have to do with managing of finances. This could have to do with business decisions or work-related matters. Getting the job that you want, getting the position that you want, to lead, to lead yourself down a road where you can be more in control of things in your life. Your psychic abilities are increasing at this time. At the full moon, it will be there'll be things bubbling up from under the surface for you. You're going to be embarking to a new location or setting your sights on a specific goal in order to retreat from what has been difficult and stressing you out. Somebody might be getting a tattoo on their arm. That's one random thing that's coming through. Whatever you're thinking about now or you're hearing news about now the cycle is going to go into the winter time. You could be having an argument with somebody who's younger than you about how you handle things. This could have to do with work or in career, but it's also about practice. There's something about practice here. It's taking young people's practice or practicing of some sort of sport, maybe of some kind. can be literally like an argument about who was first to think of something, or arguing about some sort of news with somebody. I don't know what it is, but it's like there's a button that you're pushing. You might be pushing somebody's buttons just by being in your element and enjoying the fruits of your labor. Something, your success in attaining what you have is irritating somebody else. I see whatever plans that you had to get to a certain point in your life. You're about to get there. The last step is coming in. Whatever you're working on, or been, you've worked on and have been waiting for, there'll be time for celebration. It seems like there could even be a journey to see family. Someone could be coming to visit you from your family around this time. This might be a surprise. Or maybe you're at a distance from your family and unable to visit them. They're waiting for you, but you can't go see them. Somebody might be having a hard time mentally in the family as well. You might have heard about this already. That might be the news that's been causing some arguments. There could be a secret coming out about somebody having gone through some struggles. Secrets will be coming to the surface around this time about this. Yeah, it's definitely about the family, about maybe there being something finally understood, getting clarity on a matter with having to do with family. Some of you will be getting a new camera or some sort of new technology around this time. A new TV. Recuperation. This could be a trip that's being taken in order to rejuvenate yourself after having come out of a troubling time. Something here about rest. It's also a monument. There's some sort of monument that you may be visiting around this time. Mausoleum, a grave. If this has to do with anybody's health or a partnership within coming together with putting heads together in terms of somebody's health, or I see things being harmony being restored in some sort of way. Somebody finds you very attractive around this time. You may meet them out on this trip or wherever you go. A friend who's a fire sign also could be involved in this situation. You could have been right about something having to do with this fire sign, or somebody could be upset that you're getting more attention than they are in regards to something. There is like this winning because of looks, winning because of charm and attractiveness, or winning a modeling competition of some kind, beauty pageant. I get that with the Queen of Wands and the Five of Swords. You'll be harnessing your resources or utilizing your resources in a very powerful way. There will be some sort of element that you will add to what you do, what you're crafting, what you're working on. You could literally be crafting something. For those of you who practice magic, I see you defeating an opponent who may be have started something with you. You're finishing it. And what you're finishing, if it's not that, is very masterful in some sort of way. You've taken the time to reflect on what's been going wrong in your life and are trying to master your ability to understand why these things have been going awry. And this is leading you to great success around this time. A turn of fortune, positivity coming in, decisions that you have had to make or you will make might be hidden. The information might be hidden in order to make a sound decision, but you're using your intuition. Like I said, it's very powerful at this time. you will be winning somebody over with your seductive qualities. You'll be manifesting through the power of emotional intelligence. You'll be winning somebody over with your ability to adapt to their needs and their personality. This could be in a legal situation or in a way that helps restore the balance and the peace and justice and harmony of a situation. If there's any kind of legal documentation or formal setting of contracts and negotiations, I see you coming out on top and getting what is fair, what is wanted. Meeting somebody in the middle. Very much like that Two of Cups we earlier saw. Patience has been trying. Your patience has been tried in regards to finances at this time. You might feel like your spirituality and your physical manifestations have not quite met up, but you're still very passionate about some sort of news that's coming in regards to this, of what you've been working towards. Somebody younger in your life could be coming into play during this time, where you are having to focus on somebody who's in their youthful stage of life. And I see that there'll be some sort of news in regards to this young person starting out in some sort of sport or activity. Maybe this is an artistic endeavor. Maybe this is a little league team. There's something here about children and doing activities with them, or if you work as a teacher of some kind or a mentor of some kind. Something about that. You'll be getting clear about who deserves your philosophies on things, who you can communicate with about what you're thinking. It's as if you see both sides of the story in regards to others in your life, and you know what you can tell them and what they're not ready to understand yet. You have your sights high on what you can see a lot more ahead now. You're thinking of the long term now. and you're protecting your thoughts. You could be giving a gift at this time or receiving some sort of gift that will help people feel welcomed or understood. Your advice could be also generous in that it really will help somebody else. You're giving back in some sort of way. People are seeing you as somebody who they can look up to. They're seeing you as being a victor in what you do for others, or you are conquering some sort of creative endeavor that people are seeing, and they're celebrating that. They're celebrating. There's a party or something that you'll be going to. Maybe something that happens during this time will be a culmination of sorts, and people will notice your success in some sort of way and celebrate it. This can have to do with the move of a home. It could be a housewarming party that you're invited to for somebody else, or it can be letting go of something that has once offered something to you that was an emotional crutch of some kind, and now you're being celebrated for releasing that around this moon. Whatever it was a burden. There was a lot of work involved, or there was just a lot involved with, it was really hard, whatever, to walk away from whatever this is. If it is an addiction, or it could be about leaving one phase of your life that has been an emotional crutch, and having depended on that. There's like a codependence here, an emotional dependence on what we have. What we have fulfilled up until this time, but we're looking for that final cup. We're looking for something else. You might change your mind about something. Maybe something has been very challenging and you've gotten to the end. You can see the end in sight. This might be also giving up. Giving up a burden, or finishing, I don't know. I feel like this is giving something up. A sacrifice of some kind in order to get something else that's desired that would be more fulfilling. Maybe there is something about this that's been a struggle for you. Whatever was holding you down, whatever was burdening you, it feels like you're able to move a lot quicker and make more. It's like you're more active now. It's like this old man here holding all these. It's got to be hard for him, you know. But now here you are. You're moving. Feeling a little bit more younger in your step, like a little more spring. You've got some fire under your butt. You're taking actions on the things you want to make happen in your life, and it's literally driving you very fast forward into the future. You're not letting the past hold you back. You're using it to fuel you, to generate you forward. You're thinking outside of the box. You're kind of being rebellious. You might be doing something that other people are like, what the hell are you thinking? You might also catch somebody doing something shady. She's looking back over her shoulder. I just see like her being like, I got you. You ain't doing nothing. You ain't getting away with shite. She's also somebody who's been through so much. She isn't afraid to edit. She isn't afraid to cut out what isn't serving her. And I think that this has something to do with obligations of the past. That burden that you put down, that you're putting down, it's going to make you feel a lot lighter. Those of you who have had a love relationship that's had you caught up since when you were very young, you've just been kind of stuck in a cycle with this person going back and forth over the years, that's going to end. Or there will be some sort of, this is a very sexual combo. Maybe you've been single for a long time too, and somebody that you've been thinking about from your past is coming into play here. There could be communication with this person. Somebody might have got burned in the past by this relationship. Give me a second, guys. Sorry. This is also about toxic or restrictive childhood, a challenging childhood, and the psychological effects of that. You see here, it's like the two of them are all grown up now. They've matured. But yet, oh my gosh, I never saw that before. It's making me think of a money. I saw money. Somebody you've been with for a very long time, if you are in a relationship, that it's about money and contracts. There's something here about authority, money, contracts. Somebody is going to be cord cutting or releasing this relationship or this bondage to the past. You will be cutting that cord. There might be a lot of communication with this person or this situation. A lot of back and forth over the details of the past, even. I see you here taking a step back and being like, I cannot believe that I survived that. I cannot believe that I got through this. I'm still standing. I barely can stand, but I'm able to. There's progression. This communication about the past or something challenging in the past, something that was very restrictive and kind of toxic, maybe. You're putting that behind you and you're finishing out this cycle, even though it was a tough one. And here you are. Somebody might have been looking for, what is that on her jacket there? I see flowers, but what flowers are they? You're nurturing something in your life. You're feeling very rooted in who you've become, and that's allowing you to be able to manifest stability for yourself and to take care of what needs to be taken care of and those who need to be taken care of around you. You're really working on something. You're connected to the universe in a way now that's, you're letting your inner child kind of, you're connected to that in some sort of way. You're redefining your childhood experience, and it's allowing you to, and healing that, and it's allowing you to become playful in a way that's changing who you are at a core level, but also there's this kind of methodology you thought out of the box, as we saw with the Seven of Swords, but you've now, you're nurturing the science of whatever you're working on in terms of either your financial life or your goals in some sort of way. This can have to do with physically changing something as well about your demeanor or your body or your health, or you've really been working on something. your love language is changing too, drastically. There's this almost, I don't know. Some kind of offer or love advance ends in some sort of deceit. And that doesn't have to be a romantic partnership. I just mean that, like, somebody was doing something nice. There was more to it than you realize, and so that you see through the baloney or the crap with that. It's as if there's some sort of this can also be movements that are ending or changing. There's an ending to superficiality here in terms of what you're going for. I mean, or you could be changing something in terms of aesthetics as well. It's imagination. It's pretend, it's surface level. So changing something at a surface level. You could be painting the home around this time. That's one way this could pan out. Yeah, I see something having to do with changing the home aesthetically in some sort of way, or there being an ending to any confusion having to do with how much money that you have or what you're willing to give up in order to move forward with plans that you might have. You're really taking your time. You're slow at, because you have stability, you like to take your time to keep that stability. You're really working on trying to keep money in this period. It's as if these plans, this cultivating of whatever you've been working on, slowly, diligently, you've been enjoying it. You've been trying to savor it. It's something about savoring, enjoying, holding on to. Preparing for the time when you'll be able to have your own home, maybe. It seems like whatever you're working on, you use what you have. You have a lot of power behind you. You know it comes from everywhere all around you, and what you can see the potential and everything as a resource. You're pulling from an energy outside of yourself in order to manifest. These slow and steady progress actually leads you and holding and cherishing really what you have is leading you to major manifestation. This could be celebrated. I know we had a celebration card, but there's something here about coming together with like mind souls that kind of sing the same song in a way, and communicating about what you share in common, and that helping you to be able to figure out who is for you and who is not for you. There could be some disappointments around that. You might feel like you've lost some friends in this process that you've been going through of what you're willing. Maybe you've been holding on to friends. Whatever great changes you've gone through or are going through, you might feel like you lost a few people or lost something in along the way, but it seems like you have the potential for a harmonious relationship coming in with the three of, I mean, it might have been that you overhear when you're going about your merry way that people have been kind of manipulative or deceitful or not forthright about something, that you're realizing who your true friends are at this time. You may lose some collaborations or associations, but you're getting so much more from being connected to someone in your life. It's as if the story continues as long as you keep moving forward. Whatever was lost, there's healing from that. The lark here singing your morning song, or the nightingale. You might feel like this Cinderella kind of, I get a Cinderella vibe from these three cards. It's as if somebody left a mess for you to clean up. And she's like the fairy godmother, you know, she comes in. Somebody's going to come in and create a great healing for you. Very fairy godmother vibes. I mean, this is crazy. Divine secrets. Super psychic. Connected to everything in the cosmos. There's a stillness here, a quiet. A receptivity of finally knowing soul purpose after coming out of a time of trouble. This is actually manifestation. This is witchcraft, astrology. $17. Excuse me. 17 and the which adds to 8, and then the 2 which adds to 10, and a new beginning. So great healing, manifestation, a new cycle coming in, very connected to the divine about the whole thing. Very psychic. You Libras are very psychic at this time. Clarity. What was hidden being brought to light. This is success, happiness. It's a quiet, happy. A quiet kind of happy, Libra. This is expressing yourself on a very deep level, getting in touch with the duality of the subconscious, the duality of us. There's wisdom here in a playful way. It's as if you're like, you've become wiser, and in doing so are able to have more happiness and more fun and joy in your life from everything that you've gone through. The sun is rising during this blue moon period for you. Plans are being made about where to go next, what to do next. You know something's out there. You're ready to make a new decision, to find like-minded creatives, like-minded people. You're protected on your journey. You're inspired by everything around you. You're not afraid to go at it alone, because you know that what you have found, the truth that you hold within, will eventually catch the attention or the eyes of the right people. It's as if that healing, that star, you've kept it. You're taking it with you. Your divine truth. And you're using it to attract those who think the same way that you do. Those who are willing to look at the world through your lens, or at least a similar one, or to share their experience or like-minded experiences with you. to learn from each other. Your truth is lighting up the darkness for others and yourself. Others might not really understand. You might have to defend what you're passionate about, your position. I think somebody in your life who's a leader or a mentor or somebody who's in charge of the family or an organization, or they might not like what you do. They might not like or appreciate what you're passionate about. I see them being a very orthodox in their approach to things, and you being that Seven of Swords, the Star Aquarius person, are not fitting into their commandments. You're not following their practice, what they know to be true, what they follow. You might be adopting a new way of looking at things. Somebody in authority might be judging you for something. If this is a competition of some kind, you're gaining traction. You're on top, and you're being picked by somebody in authority or scrutinized. I feel like it's scrutinized because I have the Three of Swords here. Somebody's idea of what love or happiness was has been forsaken. There's sadness here over ideals not meeting up in the way that was anticipated, or the desire has been challenged in some sort of way. Criticism from somebody in authority or somebody that is a leader of the pack, of the family, of the church, of the... There's something here about being heartbroken. It might have to do with those friends or those associations being shunned by or judged by somebody who's the head of an association or a group or something, because they're dissatisfied with how you're going about things. You seem disinterested, or maybe that's why they're scrutinizing you. You're not seeming as serious as, or taking something as seriously as you should. they think. It's kind of critical and harsh. He's not in reverse, but I tried to keep these guys from being in reverse. The walls of this temple are red, and this heart is red. I think they want you to sacrifice more than you're willing to be a part of whatever they are the leader of. You're just not satisfied with the way things are anymore. You might be trying to escape but disassociate from the situation. You might be getting an idea that will help. There's something here about thinking about the future, but also your accomplishments. You're at the end of a major spiritual climb. You've passed through the gates. Now, this can also be about... Where'd he go? He could be passing on, moving from this seat. And that's what's causing the heartbreak. And by passing on, it can be literal, but I'm talking about maybe figurative as well. Stepping down, and you're being offered this new cycle, this new potential, but it's coming at the end of a very painful one, the end of, this is ruin. This is something has ended and it's caused ruin. I'm not sure. I'm pretty sure that this guy was pretty critical, and it's been heartbreaking, and that's the way it's going for you. There's something here about ending with school that could have been what the argument or the dissatisfaction was. Something about formal education of some kind. This is feeling like you don't have enough. You're not receiving the support from others in terms of school or in terms of what you want to do in the physical world, what you're learning, what you're studying. You feeling like you're having to go at it alone, that you are alone, but there is somebody available to you. You're being woken up to your purpose, but also you're being woken up to what speaks to you in terms of your spirituality. What conflicted you about the organization, the structure? I feel like you're walking away from some sort of tradition or family, what's expected of you, because you're realizing You're being reborn. There's this call to, you're being stripped down to be your true self with that star. Here's your divine purpose, and you're being woken up to get a hold on things, maybe get a hold on your finances in some sort of way. You may be realizing just how abundant you really are. You might also be finding out that you're pregnant at this time after a breakup. Here you are, creative, abundant. Everything around you is coming up roses. I really do think some of you will be having a baby or finding out you're pregnant. For those of you who can get pregnant or are going to try to get pregnant, or maybe you're not trying and this is just a heads up. There's this new beginning that makes you emotionally fulfilled. Yeah, it's probably definitely a romantic, yes. So for many of you, you'll be having some sort of new, beautiful spark of emotion. A new emotion is going to come through, something you haven't experienced yet. Something that will be bringing up emotions in you that you haven't experienced yet. It has potential to grow. Here we go. There's a new beginning. This is spontaneous. This could happen suddenly. Going off on your own with something. Being happy to have this new beginning. And the reason I say baby is because there's something, or a relationship of some kind, is because I have the Ace of Cups, and then very shortly after I have the Ace of Wands, and that's conception. That is manifestation power into the physical world. So something here is being planted and growing. And there's something here about this completely changing the world as you know it. You're realizing this, and it's just like, whoa. Lots of realization with the Judgment, and then the Tower. And then I have the King of Rods. The King of Rods is somebody who attracts what he desires because he's learned how to use energy to his benefit, his and other people's. He knows how to cultivate the energies around him in order to create, manifest. He is also somebody who is very passionate about his creations, very proud of his creations as well and what he's manifested in his life. And it seems like you're very proud of something that you've birthed into existence, something that you were learning, that you finally have been able to have something to show for it, and you're showcasing it. It's like show and tell with this card. It's also collaboration. So you getting together with other like-minded people in order to create the great work. There is like this masterpiece that you have a piece of the puzzle to, and are now able to produce, or this can even be sell these goods, because you've gotten to a certain level of expertise with whatever this is. This is also other people watching you do what you do, and it inspiring others. You're very, very proud of your work, of all the hard work you've put into something. During this blue moon period, I feel like you'll be coming out with some sort of maybe different than expected, but something that's special to you, your truth, your most vulnerable self, and sharing that with the world. And other people might give you some hard times about it, but it seems like you're on your way. You're on your way to being a new person in a way. Caring less about what people think, inviting the people in that do care about what you care about, and care about you, because you're a new you. All right, Libra. See you around.